How are we doing, guys? We are back again. Victorious Leeds United. Back again.
Yeah.
Leeds United victorious against Burnley. What a fantastic second half that was, mate. What a fantastic second half to watch it was. An enjoyable game of football. What an enjoyable game of football it was, mate. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing really great. Look, I know it wasn't great. I know it wasn't a great performance, but who cares? We got 3 points. We needed it after that, result last week. And the key point for me was, yes, we was battered, but ultimately we didn't concede. And that's all you could ask for. And Burnley were the perfect foil for what we've been poor at this season. High balls into the box, set pieces, corners. And guess what? We dealt with them. And that was partly down to, the back three and the goalkeeper. But that's all you can ask for. I don't care about the performance. They had the perfect foil. We were all crapping it. And look, we dealt with it. And that's all you can ask for. 3 points on the board. Like you said on the stream, closer to the top four than we are, closer, to the relegation places. I've seen some stats coming out. Like my man here, Claudio, says the title charge is on. No, but on a level like Leeds now have scored the most goals in this amount of games, 25 in total, than any other promoted side. We're level with Forest, so 25 goals. People, this narrative that's getting labelled at Leeds that they're too open, all this, it's a load of tosh. Don't believe in all the media hype. I've just seen a stat there. West Brom are playing Liverpool. They've got 10 men behind the ball. There is 6 outfield players on that pitch that haven't passed the ball between them. You're not going to get that from Leeds United, but apparently that's the way you should be playing. Why? Are West Brom probably going to stay up? Probably not. I'd sooner do what we're doing. Yes, we might take a drubbing, but, 3 points today, hopefully 3 points on Tuesday, and everything's good. And then we play Tottenham, and we might have to take a drubbing there, is what it is. But I don't care because Bielsa is the man. And do you know what? I liked that we've won 1-0. I know it wasn't great watching it, but I'm actually really glad for that because it shows we can do that. And it shows we can grind them out. And it shows we can defend. And backs against the wall, all that sort of stuff. Put that in your pipe and smoke it, all you naysayers, and stick it up your arse. There you go. That's my rant over. Leeds United have won 3 points. Get up there.
I can't even remember what the question was.
I know, I just had a rant.
You just got in there, 2 feet. 2 feet,
bro.
Red card.
No, but Oscar, I have to defend. So like when you go on certain streams, and everyone always says to me, do you not think he should change his style of play? That's the question that I always get asked. You'll get asked it as well. Whenever you go anywhere, they go, do you not think it? Why? Yes, we will take drubbings, but I would rather do that than watch what West Brom are trying to do now against Liverpool. I would rather go out dying on my sword than saying, do you know what? Imagine you're a player, bro, right? And your manager says to you, right, don't express yourself. Don't come out of your position. I want you to go on that pitch, stay in your position, and just defend. Defend. Gosh, man. At least with Bielsa, he's saying, go out and express yourself, enjoy yourself, play football. That's what we try and do, play football. And that's what we have been doing. And I'm good. I'm good. I'm glad that we've won, obviously, and it's the manner in which we did it. Yes, the referee was on our side, etc., but I don't care because ultimately we've dealt with the. You could easily say, bro, the way we've been defending, set pieces, etc. This was the worst team we could come up against. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
especially after that Man United game. You're thinking, oh God, because we should be
winning.
winning.
Game, mate. This is the nightmare game. This is the game you don't want after playing Man United. The game where the team, you want to make amends, but they're not going to allow you to make amends because they're just going to sit in so compact, no space between the lines, and that's what I thought we saw a little bit of today. I think obviously first off,
we could have been 3-0 up. Yeah, we could have been and should have been.
I've seen this narrative that Burnley should have got something, and I'm not disagreeing with that. Burnley were good in the second half; they did take control of the game, but I can't remember a Burnley chance after Chris Woods had that chance in the first half. I can't actually think of anything where I thought, I tell you what, on another day they'd have buried that, or Melior's had to make a sprawling save there, or I can't remember any of that, to be honest, mate. And that's And that's what I mean. You know, we can talk about how great Burnley were today, but I don't know. I'm not sure I agree.
They were good second half. They limited us. We gave away silly balls, but you bang on. Apart from, I said it in my post-match, I can't really remember any chance of note. You've obviously got the disallowed goal, and this is the good thing, and this is what I've said on my post-match. We were chatting about on the stream. 9 times out of 10, if your keeper comes for the ball and he's challenged in the air, you're going to win a free kick. If you don't, then fair enough. If we're going to rate both halves, 7 for first half, 0 second half.
That's about right.
Yeah, but Meslier done. Look, if he doesn't come for them, if he doesn't come for half of these chances today, I said it in my post-match, they probably score because they're unchallenged. We know our defenders, our players in the box are not great headers of the ball. You're up against the likes of Chris Wood, Barnes, Iowski, me. If Mellier's not coming out for them and they've got a free head, it's probably ending up in the back of the net. And you can see from today, there has been a definite change in tact in terms of defending set pieces because Meslier came for absolutely everything. After the game, the players were all hugging him. So it was clear to me, I'm watching it, they're trying to deal with it. It makes me think that they've gone, do you know what, Meslier, just come. Just come. And he's come for everything. Can you remember one? Yes, some of them weren't great. Some of them you're thinking, catch it. That could have gone further. But ultimately, it hasn't gone in the back of the net. So that's all that I'm bothered about. But can you remember a set piece that he hasn't come for today?
No, he's come for. He's got his hands on everything. He might have dropped 1 or 2. There's 1 or 2 where I thought, we should punch that. But yeah, he went for everything. That's what I'd rather that from a goalkeeper than a goalkeeper just stay in his line and just be trying to make a save and that lot. And I'd just rather a goalkeeper who's out of his box and trying to get on the end of everything. Positivity. And I know sometimes it's not always the best thing in the world, but for me, more times than not, I want my goalkeeper doing that, to be fair. It's Burnley as well, you know, helping out his defence, and that's what I liked from Meslier today. But let's rate Meslier then. Obviously, we've got about almost 10 minutes into this, and we're not even spoken about anyone yet. But let's talk about Meslier. No, it's my fault as well, mate. It's so easy to go off on a tangent on these videos, you know, on the player ratings. It's just like, you know,
Eddie, this is my friend. Ilya Meslier is not a wobbler of a keeper. Not a chance. He's so young. Yes, he has a lot to learn, but he's been fantastic. There's been a lot of games this season. If he's not in net and Kiko's in net, we could have shipped a lot more goals. Fair enough, he's got a lot to learn. But like John H says, we've been asking him to be more aggressive, and he's done that really well overall. You know, Russell makes a good point about his distribution today. A few times he put us in bad positions, which is fair enough and worth a talking point. But yeah, let's talk about him. What I know you've just asked me the question.
I think a lot of people have said 7s. I probably agree with that. I think obviously there's elements of his game that's been better than above average. I think in terms of the way he claimed the crosses, the way he went for everything, I thought was really good. He made 2 saves off Barnes that you expected to make, you know, and that's late on in that second half. You know, Barnes wasn't a particularly good angle. He's got his good hands on them, to be fair. He's made them look, the saves look easy. But I think obviously distribution's the big point. I think distribution wasn't good at all today, to be honest. Probably one of his poorest games with distribution. I think a lot of times he was under no pressure. He was putting us in really bad situations, as you've already said. I'm thinking about a 7, to be honest, mate, on their old D-line, to be honest.
I would say that as well, just for the simple fact, like someone mentioned about his distribution. I could say, I don't know, though. I'm going with an 8, and the reason I'm going with an 8 is because he came and got everything today. Yes, some of it might not have been great, but for me, it's definite change in tact. In terms of the way we're dealing with these set pieces, because he hasn't come for that many previously. He hasn't done it. Any Leeds fan that watches his team will know that. He doesn't come. He came today for everything. Yes, he wasn't convincing, but I can't remember any that he didn't get on the end of. Mm-hmm. And I think the fact we've got a clean sheet against Burnley, backs to the wall, just pure defending for 45 minutes, I think for me it is an 8. Jack Wade says too many dodgy moments, but
I kind of have to go with that though, because I've looked at it.
Tell me the dodgy moments though. This is what this is for. An open
goal. I mean, watch it back, and I mean, I'll be honest. I don't actually think it should have been disallowed, but it was never a free kick in the first place. So sure, that So Sean Dyche can just button it on that point.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the stuff he's come out with since the game was predictable. But anyway, yeah, that's beside the point. But that moment of the game could have been costly. You know, on another day, that could have been costly. And obviously, the distribution was a big thing for me, mate. I thought, I don't know, I would be happy to give an 8, to be fair, because I think obviously at the end of the day,
when we're undecided, what's Twitter telling us? What's the poll saying on Twitter?
Twitter has said. Twitter's been very generous, actually. 47% have gone 8s, 37% have gone 9s. So I'm pretty happy to go over an 8, to be honest, mate. Let's go over an 8.
You're 8. Let's do it. Like my man says, Robert, the people have spoken.
Positivity.
Joe has spoken. It's an 8. It's an 8. I just think, look, it's a definite change in tact. The fact that it's the first time we've seen this where he's coming for everything. Like my man Eddie says, he's come and took the pressure off in certain situations, which previously he might not have done. And I genuinely think if he doesn't come for a lot of them crosses today, we probably concede Oscar. So for that, for me, yes, his distribution wasn't great. Yes, at times he was a bit flappy. But for me, 8, solid. And I'm happy to go with that.
Okay, well, let's go on to the start of the back three. I thought all three were superb.
Yeah, they
were. Right-hand side, Mr. Luke Ayling. I mean, to be fair, Luke Ayling, the pass for the goal doesn't get spoken about enough for me. Fantastic ball.
Right. Yeah.
I can't think off the top of my head of anything that Luke Ayling's done wrong today. And I can think of plenty of things he's done right. You know, that tackle at the last minute. I know, obviously, it was offside, but if you remember that moment late on in the game, he had to make it. I'm happy to go 9, you know. I'm happy to go 9. I thought he was that good today. I thought he was... The pass for the goal alone, I think, you know, is effectively won us the game. You know, in terms of... I know Paddy's done well from it, but... Split me and Tarkowski, two of the best centre-backs, one of the best centre-back partnerships outside the top 6 for me. I think it's got to be some pass to do that. And I think I might be a generous 9, but I just thought he was superb today, Ayling, for me.
This is just my mentality, right? When I'm rating the players, because I do it as well, I go on our Twitter poll and I rate it. If you haven't already, guys, and you are watching on Twitter, then jump over and do the Twitter poll and get your ratings in. I didn't give anyone a 9 today, and the reason I didn't is because I thought the second half performance was gash. And I don't think any player, for me, today deserves a 9 just due to that. Now, I know they're playing in the defensive positions, but a lot of our defenders have a lot of they're involved in the build-up, involved in controlling the game, and we didn't really have control at any point in the second half for me. And I just think due to the performance, I'm a bit reluctant to give anyone a 9, even though, like, I thought Calvin was brilliant, I thought Ayling was brilliant, I thought Pascal was brilliant, I thought Meslier was brilliant. I'm just reluctant just due to the performance in the second half, because really, we got away with it. What's your thoughts on that?
I wouldn't disagree. The only thing I'd say is that I don't think the back three, to be fair to him, no one gave him any options. You know, Dallas, Iowski, Click were just like, kept running away from him or coming like literally standing on the toes. It was just like there was no like middle ground at all. You're going mad. We were all going mad in that second half. And that's the only thing I'd say in Ayling's defence. I thought he was the best of the back three. I wouldn't give anyone else. I thought, to be fair, I thought Ayling.
I thought Calvin was.
I thought Calvin was superb as well. There's a couple of times when Calvin was trying crossfield passes at chest height in our own half of the pitch, which annoyed me a bit. But look, Calvin was superb as well. I'd still say Ayling. For me, I thought Ayling.
I'm happy to go.
We'll go to Twitter. We'll go to our.
I'm happy to go with the 9 though, just for the simple fact, like you said, the ball through to Paddy was inch perfect. If that's a little bit more or a little bit less, then we don't get the pen.
Oh yeah, no chance.
Perfectly in order for Bamford to draw Pope on, and it's that proof of the perfect ball is that it's made the keeper think he can get it. Bamford's on for it. We win a penalty. So I get your thoughts on a 9. I do. But let's go to Twitter.
We'll go on the same basis as Twitter. Because you got your 8 for Meslier, I'm getting the 9 for Ayling here. I'm getting the 9 in here. And I've got the 9, to be fair, because 47% have gone 9s on Twitter.
Nice.
13% have gone for 10s. I've gone for 10s. I won't go that far. But 33% have gone 8s. So it's pretty conclusive. We'll let you have your 9. We'll give him a cheeky 9. Well, KP then. I mean, KP for me, I'm thinking just a bang straightforward 8 for me. I think it was just absolutely superb.
You're thinking 7. Let's be honest. You're thinking 7.
7?
No, I think right. I felt Calvin was the better of the back three, just for the simple fact that the amount of times, and I can remember 3, 4, maybe even 5 times where balls have been played into the box, and it's ready for Barnes or it's ready for Wood to stick their head on it. And then all of a sudden, the mop just goes, the slightest of touches takes it away from their head. So for me, I think KP was better than Ayling. And if you're giving Ayling a 9, then I'm going to have to push for a 9, even though I don't agree with it, because I think they should be 8s. I think they should be 8s across the board. But the fact that we've gone a 9, I cannot let you give Ayling a 9 and not give Calvin. For me, Calvin was my man of the match.
No, fair enough.
You know, I do think he was great. He was fantastic there. And I just think of the key touches. I just remember so many balls coming in and him just going the slightest of touches,
in front and
which takes it away from Wood's head or whatever. So, and like your man Jack Weir said, you know, the top not saved us like 5 attempts on goal. And it's true. They could have 3, 4, 5. I remember the time and time again. So if Ayling's getting a 9, then Calvin's got to get a 9 for me.
Well, yeah, I've got you 9 because on Twitter, to be fair, you know, there's hard pushing for a 10s on KP on Twitter. 34% have gone.
We've only ever give 1 10, haven't we? And that was to KP.
And that was actually KP himself. Yeah. We're very harsh on our 10s, to be fair. We're very, very harsh on our 10s. And you've got to do something to get a 10 out of 10. Even if you win like 6-0 against Bayern Munich, if you're not spot on, you're not getting a 10.
Do you know what, though? It just shows as well, right? It just shows how, like, hyped up Leeds fans are. I guess fans in general, but us, even the people on Twitter, even the people in the comments. Because if we concede late on and we draw that game 1-1, I'm guaranteeing you, Calvin, no one's getting 9s. No one's getting 8s. Everyone will be like, nah, we were shy. But it's just, it's quite funny, actually, when you think about it. But, we're going Calvin 9.
Yeah, I mean, well, 52% have gone 9s. We've got to go 9s for Calvin. Let's move across to the left side of the back three who came into the team. I mean, I'm thinking an 8 for. I'm thinking an 8.
Yeah, I was impressed though. I was impressed.
First half, his passing out the back was just sublime. I thought it was sublime. He was pinging balls into Rodrigo. I thought it was really good today, Stuart.
It will be really interesting to see, depending on how long Cooper's out, how Pascal does in a different game. Because obviously he was always going to be under the cosh today. We all know Cooper can get on the ball. We can play some decent crossfield balls at times, but sometimes it can be found wanting. So it'd be interesting to see how Pascal does in a different formation setup, you know, with a 4 at the back as opposed to the 3 at the back, how he does against different opposition. But I personally was really impressed with him, and you could easily standard. You could easily make a case for him getting more regular game time, and I think if he gets 3 or 4 decent games now with Cooper being out, Cooper might find it hard to get back in. I genuinely believe that, because I see him, and I know a lot of people do as well, as being Cooper's long-term successor. So, Cooper needs to watch out, because I thought Pascal was really strong. I thought he was decent. Like you said, first half he was good, and there was a few times he was winning the ball as well, which was nice to see. I thought the back three was great. You've give Ayling, you've give Thing. I don't think we can give him a 9. I mean, it should be a 7, 8. A 7?
A 7? A 7?
To be honest, mate, I think I agree with some of the comments. I think we're overdoing it.
We can't backtrack. We can't.
No one should be getting 9s. No one should be getting 9s.
We've said it now. We've said it. You set the precedent with your 8 for Meslier.
No, but Meslier was great, man.
I tell you, well, if you talk about getting hyped up, if that goal had been given against Burnley, you can guarantee, right? You can guarantee if Barnes had been given that goal, there'd be people on Twitter saying Casilla starts against West Brom, end of kind of thing. You know it would have happened. Anytime Meslier makes any sort of hint of a mistake, people are straight on him. But I'm thinking an 8 for Struijk. Come on, Pascal.
All
8.
right, let's give him
surely,
it. Let's give him
surely an 8.
I suppose he could have it.
Twitter. Okay, I suppose he could have an 8. Well, 51% have gone 8s. I think that's pretty conclusive. 35% have gone 9s. Even 5% went for the 10.
People are digging me out for saying Meslier. Meslier was fantastic.
I don't get it. I said
no,
you.
No. The reason, Chris, right? And I'm gonna just gonna talk to you here, Chris, right? Tell me a time when Meslier has ever come for every single ball. Never. He doesn't do it. This game, it was a clear tactic for me as a fan watching it. Meslier came for absolutely everything. Yes, he wasn't convincing at times, but can you tell me one time where he didn't win the ball? And you didn't get a touch on it. I know you can't respond to me, Chris.
I thought I was responding on Chris's behalf there. So
I've won the argument.
It's the way you just paused. It's thinking, just going to enjoy the stream here.
But I can't. And so for me, I'm buzzing with that. And that's why he was up there for me. But that's, I don't think he was bad.
As well,
Where was he bad? Where was he bad?
Jack's fuming as well. You're not getting any more than an 8. You're not getting any more than an 8 for Meslier. You're pushing for the 9 for Meslier. I can sense it. I can sense it.
So Chris has got his response, right? He's knocked the ball into the box too many times. Can come for all the balls you want. If you knock the ball in dangerous areas, he was lucky with a lot of it, right? Okay. Case in point, I take your feedback on board. However, if Meslier doesn't come for them balls, I'm telling you now, we concede today. And the reason is because the likes of Wood, the likes of Barnes, the likes of Tarkowski, the likes of me are just so much stronger and better in the air than our centre-backs. They get moved out of the way and the balls end up in the back of the net and Mellier's routed to his line like we've seen in previous games. There, Lee Golduck's on what I'm saying. If he doesn't come for half of them crosses, Burnley would have scored. And I agree with that because the balls are coming in. Wood's got no one challenging. He's just moving Ayling out of the way. He's moving Iowski out of the way. Whoever's up there challenging him, bang. Meslier routed to the spot, goal. I genuinely believe that. So the fact that he came out and got touches on stuff, won free kicks on stuff, massively helped us. Yes, it went into dangerous areas. But for me, I think if he...
I was still talking about Meslier. I was still talking about Meslier.
I'm not like Chris's sound. Chris always thinks I'm just.
Yeah, it is.
I'm really passionate about Mellier's performance today. Yeah, thought he was. Look, Footy Frenzy said, well, if Meslier didn't go for him, none of our defenders would. And it's true. It's true, bro. We're terrible in the air. We know this.
Jack Wade is weighing in there as well. He's not happy with your ratings for Meslier. He's not. I've been sensing this throughout the thingy. He's not happy with your ratings of on Meslier. But anyway, look, let's move on.
Sorry, my bad.
Let's swiftly.
Yeah. This one's really poor.
I've never seen you defend a rating like this. To be fair, you've not let this one go. Right, let's go to the midfield 3 then, if you like. Stuart Dallas at right wing back. I mean, I did not think Stu was good today. So I saw the ratings on Twitter, and I thought Stu was not great today, to be honest, especially in midfield when he went in there. I
keep banging the drum. I want Shackleton in there, bro. When he comes on and puts Shackleton at right back, I'm saying put Shackleton in that position. Let him be full of running and leave Dallas at right back.
That's 4. 4.
I mean, he had a goal on his right as well, didn't he? After scoring again, he was like thinking, oh, this is going in the bins here, top bins, and it was just shocking. I don't think he was great. We can't... Yeah, look, well, there's been some pretty low scores.
Yeah, I'm thinking fairly low, to be honest, mate. I'm thinking 5, to be honest, mate. I just thought, I don't know, I feel half saying 5. And then when I say 6, I'm thinking, was he average? Because I just thought it was... when you play right wing back, it's almost as important what you do going forward as what you do defensively. You've got to keep the balance of the whole system. And I just think that he's going forward today, Stewie Dallas. I didn't think he was quite right going forward today.
No, we lose something, don't we? Ayling's so much better there.
I'm not saying Rafinha and Dallas combine quite well, but I'm just thinking if Rafinha's, when Rafinha drops deep, starts threading balls through. Oh, I just would love to see Luke Ayling running onto them. Especially Luke Ayling at the start of the season. I'd love to see him running onto him. But I don't know. I feel harsh giving a 5 somehow. I do feel
6, man. What's Twitter saying? Then we can
Twitter.
we don't have to take any flack for it. We can say it's Twitter's fault.
Well, I'm not sure we can go with Twitter because 50% have gone 7. I mean, were we
7?
I'm just going to ask: were we watching the same game today? That's if Stuart Dallas was a 7 today, then he's basically a 10 every single game, man. Because
I think 6. I'm happy with 6.
I can't be going with 7. I'm afraid that is outrageous. A 7. I'm not going to lie. That's an outrageous score. Let's go 6. 7. 7.
Mate, you've gave the centre backs 9s, man.
Yeah, but they were class. Dallas was just like when he played midfield. I thought where he was playing. But anyway, look. Let's move on to Mateusz Klich. Mateusz Klich, who I thought was probably our poorest player on the day. I'd probably say. I'd probably say it was our poorest player on the day. No real control.
I'm not bothered about giving him a 5.
A 5. I was possibly no. I think.
Are you going lower?
I don't know. I was so. I think the thing is with Klich, as I said in the post-match, it's a tough job what we're asking him to do today. He's on his own in midfield. He's having to protect the back 4, try and get some control of the game, facilitate everything going forward. It's a big ask that today for Mateusz Klich, and obviously I think KP's better at doing that. I think KP's twice.
Like imagine Forshaw's fit. Forshaw plays
I think that's Forshaw. That's an ideal position for Forshaw. That really, But I think 5. Let's go 5. I think he did start okay. I thought the start of the game was okay, and then we started taking shots from like 60 yards out. It just wasn't Klich's day today.
No, it wasn't. You're right. Is there a case, do you think, for him to be brought out of the side?
The thing, it definitely is. There definitely is. Last couple of games, because as much as a fan of Klich I am, and we all know how good Klich is. The only thing I would say is who comes in. That's the only thing I'd ask. If we had Rodrigo de Paul on our books or Forshaw fit, I'd say straightforward, 1 in, 1 out kind of thing. But I'm looking at it at the minute, I'm thinking Jamie Shackleton. Obviously James Shackleton's had some really good games this season. I love the energy he brings. Is he ready to give us a performance at the level of what Klich can do if he plays himself into form? I'm not so sure. I think Klich's one of those players where he's had some.
He was playing a little bit deeper today in an unfamiliar role. I don't think maybe Shackleton works there. I don't know. Maybe I'm being.
It's hard, isn't it? Because obviously West Brom will probably go back to a back 4 because they're just like 5-4-1 or 6-2-1 or whatever. Just I mean, over this setup today, I mean, I think obviously West Brom are probably going to play 1 striker. So you'd probably see Klich pushed up, KP pushed up, and you might see a better performance there. But it's definitely a worry. I think teams are definitely setting traps on Klich, waiting for him to turn and then press, when he's turning away from the ball. And I think it's something we've got to solve a little bit, to be honest, that Klich issue. We need to get back to controlling games, to be honest, mate, because I think last couple of games we've let them drift a little bit. We've lost a bit of control on the games, but top man, our man Samuel Epstein, top man. And I mean, overslept.
Oh, how dare you!
Outrageous.
How dare you, Samuel? I'm fuming with you.
But I mean, fantastic Phillips and the defensive strength. But I just thought Klich left that back 3 too much to do, and that's probably why I rated the back 3 so highly. I thought it was a poor performance from Klich today. I'm thinking a 5, to be honest.
Oh, just a bit of an update as well, guys, just on styles and all that sort of stuff, just so everyone is aware. Remember that this is how the media would have us play football. West Brom had 18% possession in that first half against Liverpool. So obviously doing the right things under Big Sam in trying to win it. But they are losing as well. They are losing.
How many shots have they had?
Oh, I dread to think. Well, I can't imagine.
They've had a shot, though. They've had a shot.
Oh, really?
To be fair.
Oh.
I was just thinking, actually, we're playing them next, so I
don't care, bro. Even if we get beat, I don't care. I'd sooner watch what we're putting out week in, week out, as opposed to that stuff. But there you go. Right. So, Klich, 5.
Yeah, I think a 5. I mean, Twitter has gone 46% have gone 5s, 16% have gone 4 or less, and 35% have gone 6. Oh, wow.
Oh god.
That's it's always awkward. It's always awkward when we get the low ratings. Let's move on to Johnny Iowski. Johnny Iowski, I'll be honest, I thought it was poor today. I think certainly second half, it was not a good performance from Johnny Iowski. I cannot believe how many times he gave the ball away in some really, really bad areas. Like really bad areas. I mean, his passing accuracy today. Actually, I've just contradicted myself because his passing accuracy wasn't that bad. But I was quoting that thinking, oh, this will be a good stat when I quote this. How impressive is this going to be? And he pops up with 82%, which is higher than probably the rest of the back four.
There's a big key moment in that first half where he has an opportunity to
give it away.
Yeah, and he has an opportunity to cut it back to Rodrigo Moreno. Chooses not to do it, and has a shot from a weird angle. And I thought a few times 5-yard passes, as our man Connor used to say.
Top man. Top man. Personally think should have put Raf on the left second half, Paveda on the right. I agree with that, to be fair. I thought it was very surprising to see Rafinha come off. I presume the only reason I can think of for Rafinha coming off was just because Harrison had the legs to get back and help Iowski defensively. Yeah. That's the only reason I can think of. But I still would agree with Reece there. I think Paveda on the right, Rafinha on the left. And I'd agree with that comment entirely, to be fair. Top man. But get your ratings in for Iowski, guys, on the comments. Get your ratings in for Iowski. I think if we're giving Stuart Dallas a 5, Mateus Click a 5, I think Iowski's got to get a 5 as well, to be honest.
Yeah, I think so. I
thought it was a really disappointing one for Iowski. And I think he's normally better at left wing back as well, but the decision making was poor. But to be fair, Twitter's been a bit more generous. 55% have gone 6s, but I'm still thinking 5. I think if we're giving the rest 5s, I think we've got to hold firm here and say a 5.
Yeah, I wasn't impressed. But I wasn't impressed, from the back three forward, I just wasn't impressed.
Yeah, I can't think of anyone.
Rafinha was good the first half, and Bamford was full of running, scored, lovely penalty. But we'll get to them anyway.
Let's go on to the number 10 then today, playing a bit closer to Bamford, Rodrigo Moreno. I just think this is
I don't know what he did, bro. Did he do one?
That chance he missed
in
the first half, that's a shocking miss, isn't it? Good movement, but a pretty shocking miss there. I think he was all right first 30 minutes or so. He was picking the ball up in nice areas, nice pockets of space, but there wasn't really enough there.
Didn't do it enough, did he?
10, I want to see a bit more from him when he's playing that high up the pitch, really close to Bamford. We lost all our balance for that reason. The reason Rodrigo is playing so high up. So I want to see a bit more justification for that. I think he was a 5, to be honest, mate.
Same as Dallas, same as Iowski. Didn't really do much. Should have buried that chance, because if that chance is on goal, even if it hits Pope, it was hit with that much pace when the ball swung in from Harrison, which we've seen him combine before. They did against Newcastle. He just gave it away a hell of a lot, and I think that's why Pablo was brought on as early. We don't normally see Pablo as early as that
on the hour mark.
Yeah. So Rodrigo was pretty ineffective, and I'm happy with a 5. Yeah.
Well, Twitter has been a bit more generous, and they've gone 58% have gone 6s. I'm still thinking 5. I can't. When you go in a 6, that for me is a pretty average game. It's not a poor game. It's just a pretty average game. I can't really say he did enough to say he had some good moments in the game and some bad moments in the game. I can only think of bad moments, mate, and that's the thing. I know Rodrigo's capable of more than that. That chance he missed, that could have been costly. That chance. Where he's almost headed it over the south stand. I mean, I'm thinking a 5, to be honest, mate. I'm going to hold firm there. I think we're both going to hold firm. Let's stick with a 5. Let's stick with the 5. So let's go on to the right hand side in the front three. Rafinha,
he was good first half, mate.
First half alone, I think, gives me enough reason to say a 6 or 7. I'm thinking
7. I think a 7. I just think he was great in the first half. There was the chance where he's cut it back for Harrison. Harrison should finish, to be fair. I know Bamford's got in the way of it. Maybe if Bamford's not stood there, it nestles in the back of the net, Leeds are 2-0 up, and it's very comfortable. But there's a lot in that for me, in the fact he chose to pass it as opposed to have a shot. If you compare that with the Iowski chance, I thought he was good in the first half. He excites me every time he gets on the ball, and I would say going forward, he was our better player. So, and like Chris Kelly makes a good point, eight in the first half, 6 in the second.
That's spot on for me.
Yeah,
spot on.
7, just bang average Rafinha.
Yeah, I think so. I think if you'd got the same first half that we did the second half, we're talking about a fantastic Rafinha performance there. We're probably talking about a Rafinha goal there because that header he almost loops a header over Nick Pope. It's a lovely header, that lovely bit of movement. I thought it was a good performance from him, to be fair. I think the only reason I go with 6 was because he dropped off massively in the second half, but I'm still going to go 7. I still think 6 just seems a bit too harsh. That's just he wasn't average. He was good today. Let's go with 7. Twitter is, this is pretty conclusive. 69% have gone 7s out of 10, so we don't really need to discuss that one too much. Let's go on to Paddy Bamford. Paddy Bamford, first half, unreal. Everything you want from Paddy Bamford. Brilliant work for the goal. Brilliant work to take it round Pope to win the penalty in the first place. Because let's be honest, if Pope doesn't touch him, he's scoring it anyway. He's just tapping it into the back of an empty net. Fantastic penalty. Pressing was on point. Linked up play really well. And just some really good movement and clever play. I just thought it was a superb first half. Second half, as Christoph Junction says, Bamford worked his socks off. I think off the ball. It's not what he's doing off the ball.
The amount of times he was having to run, check, run, check. Like, as a guy, I'd be like, I can't be arsed doing this, man. Do you know what I mean? You've got to have so much more about you. I think as well, the fact that he scored his 10th, it was a penalty. I was doubting it. I'm not going to lie. I didn't voice it, but I was thinking, oh, God, no, not Paddy. Genuinely. And I
don't really like left-footed penalty takers. I just don't. There's something about a left-footed penalty taker. It's so obvious which way they're going to go most of the time. They're always going to go for the corner Paddy went for, but he just faked. He just sort of feinted it really well and kind of faked to go one side and went the other. And it was a really good penalty. Top corner as well, buried it. And even if Pope had gone the right way, there's no chance he's saving that. There's no chance of saving that at all.
No.
When you look at it from that point of view and think he's got himself a goal, he's not really had any other service other than that I can think of. And I know the second half, performance-wise, in terms of getting on the ball, linking up play, he did drop off. But I'm thinking, I don't know, but I feel generous giving an 8. But I think it's got to be a 7 or 8 for me. I think it was a good performance today. I'm not sure. The only reason I wouldn't give an 8 was because I thought he dropped off the second half. In terms of linking up play, dropping deep. But it's one of the, a bit like as Chris Kelly said before, it'd probably been a 9 first half and probably a 5 or 6 second half. So I'm guessing you can't really give an 8 from that point of view. And a lot of players were like that, A lot of players were like that. But I said 7 or 8 to be fair. I said 7 or 8. I'm kind of in between the two, but I don't know, mate. What do you think? I'm thinking 7 to be fair overall.
I think 7 as well, mate. I'm happy with the 7 if I'm being totally honest. I think that's a fair enough assessment.
I don't know about that, mate. There's something about
Adam's obviously left-footed, though.
I know, there's that as well. It's like like left-handed and right-handed golfers. To be fair, I don't dislike left-handed golfers.
He's trying to dig himself out of that hole he dug himself in, Adam.
I don't know. I don't think he dug himself in any hole. I think you've seen a lot of left-footed penalty takers not be great left-footed penalty takers. I think Messi is probably the best example of all. It's so obvious most of the time when he shapes to take the penalty which way he's going to pull it. And Messi's penalty record is not great. And there's a lot of left-footed players like that. I don't know. There's something about, I can't really explain what it is. It's just when you watch a left-footed penalty taker, it feels so obvious which way they're going to pull it. I don't know. There's something about it. I don't know. I just prefer a right-footed penalty taker. But I'm happy for Paddy to take every single penalty for the rest of the season now. I don't think Click is in the right. I think part of the decision to not allow Paddy penalties might have been Click's form, maybe thinking that, the confidence might not be quite there.
I don't know if you know. So if you've not seen it, so after the afterwards, they were talking about the penalty taking situation.
Yeah,
and Paddy and Click have obviously been sharing them. They basically said, and when Click missed in the previous game, but then scored the retake. when he said he scored the retake, he was expecting Click to take it. And Click actually turned to Paddy and went, "You have it." So is that a confidence thing, possibly?
Yeah, possibly. I mean, that's my point made there. We don't need to, about the penalty takers. There you go. Anyone having a go at me for being left-footist? There you go. Stuart Pearce, Chris Waddle. Done. We're done there. We're done. I don't need to explain myself anymore. Left-footed penalty takers. I'm not good at taking penalties as a right-footed penalty taker.
I think you should do an apology for all them left-footed and left-handed people out there.
Send me videos of you taking penalties, and then we might business. And I'm not going into the side net and on the top corner. End of story. You're not good at taking penalties if you're a left. If you are a left-footed penalty taker. Anyway, we'll move on. We'll move on quickly. To be fair, who next? Oh yeah, the left-footed Jack Harrison. Jack Harrison on the left wing. I've got to say, it was a messy performance from Jack Harrison pretty much from the first minute to the 90th, but he did carve out two really good chances. One for Rafinha and then the other one for Rodrigo. And there's certainly the Rodrigo one you look at and think, Rodrigo's, it's on a place, isn't it? And you got to say from that point of view, we could have been walking away with a goal, and obviously not a goal, sorry, an assist. But he does miss a quality chance that could have been costly as well. I just thought it was average for Jack Harrison. I don't know if it was any worse than that. I just think it was just a sixer. I think.
Yeah, I'm happy with that 6. Yeah, I think I can't really remember anything.
I think that's probably the exact thing I'd say. A mixed bag for Jack Harrison today. I think obviously Jack Harrison has critics. I think our friends at All Stats are not keen on Jack Harrison, and I can understand what the point they've made. I can totally understand what they're saying. In terms of decision making at times, it's not great. And all the worst parts of Jack Harrison's game were on show today. But at the same time, you saw the good elements as well. The way he got the ball out of his feet, swung a couple of balls into the box, and did make things happen in that respect. But yeah, I just think a 6, to be honest, mate.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, mate. I've seen someone mention in the comments, and it's probably a good shout. Is there a case for a new left-sided winger coming in and Jack Harrison dropping in at left back?
That's an interesting one, That's an interesting one. I'm going to give you a bit of in-the-know information here. My sources...
I set you up, my man.
At Manchester City said that they were looking at Jack Harrison as a left-back, as backup for Benjamin Mendy about 2 years ago. Ultimately, they just sent him to us. I think they put Shinchenko in there. But City have looked at Jack Harrison and thought they can make a left-back out of him. Whether we do the same, who knows? Because let's not forget, Stuart Dallas, Iowski, former wingers, drops in. I'm not sure why I'm talking like this, but I'll carry on talking like this.
Why are you talking like that?
Stuart Dallas, left winger, right winger, through all his career at Leeds.
I know. Do you know what though? I've seen someone say. Let me see if I can find his comment. Friend of the channel, Mr. Jaggy Bab says he needs dropping. You don't want him here. Come on, short memories, because like someone said here, have we all forgotten that goal against Newcastle?
To be fair, my man Jaggy Babs does refer to Johnny Iowski as Sexy Ken, from what I can remember, to be fair, off the bar. Top man Samuel Epstein. Aylin seems to be very well on the left, where you can bomb forward and get good balls in. Reckon you could put Aylin in that position instead.
I'm not sure about that, Samuel.
I think Stuart Dallas definitely looks better on the left, where he can cut inside and try to fizz balls in, and curve them into the box. I think Stuart Dallas is definitely better on the left.
I think there's a case for Jack Harrison at left back. I do.
Yeah, there is. At the minute, I still want to see Leif Davis given the chance. I'm still going to keep banging that drum until he gets a chance, and he probably will do against Crawley. I'd imagine that'll probably be the next chance he gets, Leif Davis. But I'd love to see him get a chance. But Jack Harrison, there's a lot of fundamentals there you want from a left back: energy, delivery, work rate. I think there's a lot of things there. Can he defend 1-on-1 with back to goal? Backing up towards his own goal in the back four positionally. That's a tougher ask, and that's hard. You never know. You never know in that respect until you see him play there. We've never seen Jack Harrison play left back, as far as I can remember. Certainly not in the back four. Chris Kelly's calling us out a lot today, isn't he? To be fair,
yeah.
Nah, I'm not having that. I'm not having that, to be fair. Leeds Davis, you can't tell me Leeds Davis doesn't deserve a chance in ahead of Iowski at this minute in time. Iowski, last couple of games, has really caused us problems at left back, as far as I'm concerned. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh. Maybe Leeds Davis won't do any better than Iowski, but I would like to see him get a chance. And I just want to see how he does, But hang on a second. Chris is calling me out, and then he says Davis is quality for me. That's all I'm saying, man. That's all. I mean, we've had Joe argue with you, mate, and now I'm arguing with you.
To be fair, Oscar did go for Christmas dinner at Leaf's house.
I did, yeah. To be fair, it was lovely dinner. To be fair, as well, he makes a cracking roast. Does old Davisy,
Mrs. Davis.
I don't know. I don't know if it's Miss Davis or. Anyway, let's move on. Let's swiftly move on. Right. Jack Harrison done. Substitution. Yeah. Pablo Hernandez came on. So Pablo came on.
Carved out the chance, he carved out that chance.
Yeah, he did. It's a good save, It's and I think for that reason alone, I think he did better than Rodrigo in the 10 role. He made something happen. To be honest, Chris has just said he needs Sunday bants. I forgot it was Sunday today, mate. I've lost track of the days. That's what you can tell.
In 2 days.
I know, mate. I know. We'll have to get ourselves fit for it, won't we, mate? We'll have to get ourselves fit for this one. We needed his rotation. Pablo is 6 for me. I don't know if we go any higher than that. I think I could argue for it, but I'm not sure really I can think of anything else that kind of justifies higher than that. I just thought he was okay. 6 for me. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, no, 6. I don't think any of the substitutions had any sort of real impact.
He had gloves on as well. That's the other thing as well. He had gloves on. Don't like to see it. Don't like to see that.
It was nice to see him carve out the chance. 6 for me.
Left-footed penalty takers and gloves. It's not a good combination. Apologies, Paddy Bamford, but it's not a good combination at all. Don't wear gloves. Don't wear gloves. It's showing weakness. It's showing weakness to the opposition. But yeah, top man Reece again, top man. But yeah, 6 we're going for. To be fair, we didn't even go to the Twitter poll for Jack Harrison, but they agreed with us on a 6 for Jack. Pablo, 6 again. The Twitter poll agrees with us. 52% have gone 6s. Yeah. Jamie Shacks, who went to right wing back, I thought was okay. I don't know if I'd go any. I don't think he did anything wrong.
I can't remember anything he did, mate. We were under the cosh at that point. I don't remember.
He came on at a tough time, didn't he? He came on at a tough time.
Yeah,
in the game, really. I mean, 6.
6, yeah. Let's just move these on, mate, because these subs were shit.
The comments, the chat is just getting absolutely crazy now. The comment is getting absolutely crazy now. 6 is for Jamie Shacks. Twitter agrees with us. Last person, tell you what, the rain. Is it raining where you are?
It's not, mate, no.
It is absolutely belting it down there, mate. But anyway, it's beside the point. Oh, yeah. Mate, it's mad. It's mad. That's like literally hammering on our windows right now.
We'll have to end it soon. That's when Oscar pops outside and gets into a shower.
Let's move. Flipping that cost a bit much, wasn't it? That was a bit aggressive, that wasn't it? That's what I say. Why? Ian Paveda. Mr. Ian Paveda. 5? I don't know. I didn't think Ian was that good. I thought it was one time where I thought he just massively overhit a cross when we were kind of on the break, and he kind of broke it up really for us.
6.
There's nothing more to say about it. Is it? I'm trying to set you up to say things, but I'm thinking myself, there's nothing more I can say about it.
No, there isn't. That's what I'm saying. I think Pablo came on and created something and was unlucky with his shot. Other than anything, the other 2 subs.
All baths, aren't we?
There is nothing really. We were just under the cosh for 45 minutes. Genuinely, we got battered that second half. I can't. I was a little bit like defense apart. Everyone else was pretty rubbish, apart from Bamford and Rafinha first half. Other than that, it was pretty. I agree.
I can't even give him a 6, to be honest, mate. I just thought it was just uneventful when he came on. He was just back. He was having to track back, and I don't know. Twitter's gone 6. What are you saying, mate?
I'm 6.
We'll go 6 then. We'll go 6.
Yeah.
So there's nothing really to say where I can say, I definitely disagree with that. Let's just go with 6. Let's be positive. Let's be positive. Let's go with 6. You've had your 8 for Melier, but we'll keep it positive. We'll keep going from there. I mean, that's pretty much it then. I think that's all our players. And, on to West Bromwich Albion.
West Bromwich Albion.
Game. And,
tomorrow is Monday, if people aren't aware. We do have Monday Night Football. We've got Liam Horsley on from the Marching On Together podcast, and Lucy, who was on Football Focus for the Man United build-up. So she's going to come on and do a little debut appearance on Leeds TV. So we've got them 2 guests on. And then Tuesday, it's going to be game day. So quick turnaround. And then probably after that, it'll start getting back to normal because we've then got Spurs on Saturday as well. So some exciting things to look forward to, I think.
Certainly is. So we'll be obviously in the Monday Night Football. There'll be a bit of talk about this game.
Yeah.
Bit of build-up. We'll get it sorted, guys. We'll sort it out for you. We'll get it sorted. With a live match build-up, and we'll go from there, guys.
Yeah.
See you later. Leeds United currently sit 11th in the table. And we're going for it, guys. We're going for it. The top 4 marches on. Top 4.
Top 10.
Top
Europe.
10. Top 4, mate. You see Chelsea yesterday. Yesterday.
Top 4 still on, baby.
Top 4's on. Top 4.
Yes, man. Europe, here we come.
We'll leave it there before we say anything else.
Get me to Baghdad in second round at European Cup.
Right,
Although Baghdad's miles away.
It's not even in Europe, mate. What? Right, let's end the stream.
Belarus is right. Belarus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. We'll leave it there. We'll leave it there anyway. Right. We'll leave it there.
Point.